Dave Snyder here. It is the 20th day of January 2015. And I got a lot on my mind right now. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, I was not born on this planet to be a slave to a bunch of frickin' liars, alright? I'm not. That's not why I'm here. I'm not here to play along and spare people's feelings and whatever, you know what I mean? I'm here, when I find something out, I'm going to just tell you what I see, and that's it. If you believe it or not, whatever, that's fine. But I'm not here to be a sucker. Okay, I'm not nobody. That's it. Bottom line, I'm not here for that. You know, I don't like being lied to about shit like this when it's so stupid. It's such a stupid reason to hide it. I mean, it's bullshit to me. That's my opinion. Now check this out. It just frustrates me. I get so bitter I'm so bitter about it because I'm tired of it. You know, the 9/11 and everything else is bad enough already. Then you got to lie about everything else too, the Earth and the Moon and everything else. It's just totally bullshit. And I'm not going to sit here and fake and lie and all that shit to you. I mean, it's not even going to happen. Religion, there to confuse you. Politics, all that shit, there to confuse you. Just be yourself. Say what you got to say, and if you know. Spit it out. You don't gotta hide behind religion and stuff like that to talk about this. You can just spit it out and say what happens. You know what I mean? For those of you that are religious, I'm not trying to talk shit about you, but I'm just saying the people that preach it they know what's real. They know what the truth about this. I know they do. I know they do. Now check this out. Yesterday I was on here and I pulled up this pattern. Say this weather pattern right here. You see this circular pattern right here? This is off the west coast of North America. See this right here? You see this circular pattern right here? Okay, well that circular pattern is really not what I noticed yesterday. Even though I did really notice it, but I mean what I really noticed was this shape right here. This pattern right here all the way up to here. I recognize that. That is on the Antarctica rock structure. So I aligned it basically to this, and then I moved it, but I'm going to show you the picture that I aligned it to. This picture here. This is the Antarctica rock structure, and that's the same thing in the weather. See that? Look at that. It's the same curve. I know it's a little bit bigger where I have it, but that's the same thing. You can see it's the same as that curve. It is the same thing. So it's right off the west coast of North America in this picture, that weather pattern. Which if I aligned this up to that weather pattern, it would put all this over the top of North America or under it, but I'm sure it was just created in the same place probably or something. One continent moved away and then the next continent was built similar, with the same shape. That's my theory on that. But anyways, this goes over North America. You see this? And if you bring it over there, you can see the shape. This whole area that's lighter than this area, it would be that area of Antarctica right here. Anyways, so moving along, I take this picture down I leave that picture up, take this one down, and I look at this picture with my perfect finally picture that I've built here, I've been putting here and working with for a while now. I'm building everything here still. I'm still over here. I'm not moving. I'm just going to stick around right in this spot where it all goes. So here you go, perfect finally. And I can, this pattern right here is pretty obvious, right? I mean, that's a serious pattern right there over the Earth in the weather, if you ask me. And then you got this, and it looks pretty similar. And then I'm starting to look at this shape here, and it's not perfect. It doesn't match perfectly to that shape right there, but it's the same thing. It is, and it's not off the west coast. I'm not saying that's where it originates, but that's where I seen it yesterday, and what led me to this. You can, think it's coincidence or whatever, but after adjusting it and seeing this here, I twisted it around and put it right there like that. Okay, to match this part up. My very first Schrodinger discovery pretty much was when I seen it right here. The print in the weather was right here in Antarctica, near Antarctica. This is almost the very first Schrodinger discovery I made was right here, and it showed it in the weather absolutely perfect. And I made a video. It's on my channel somewhere way back. But I made a video about that, showed it right here, and went on, and it was clearly there. Okay, so we already know, if you've been watching my videos, that Schrodinger is already, I already have the lunar south pole set in place right here. Right there. There's the Schrodinger crater right there. And you can see when I line that up, look, it falls right into position in that area. I'm not saying it's perfectly aligned in that area, but it's in the same place where I seen it 2 years ago. Okay, and you can see how it fits this pattern up here, but it puts it in the same place. Now we look at this. I shouldn't have brought this up yet. I wanted to kind of bring that up later. Okay, so now I got this other picture of the Antarctica rock structure that I saved. That's right here. And now when I bring up the perfect finally pattern, you can clearly see those are the same pattern. That pattern's the same thing. And you can see there's Schrodinger's print right there, all together in that circular pattern right there. Okay? Now check this out. I'm getting to the good part here, but that's the same thing. That pattern is the same thing. Now either the moon hit this place in North America or shaped this area from space, whichever one. It doesn't make any difference anymore. It's still important whichever way it did it, because it's still different than what they tell us. It's totally different, and it's one of those two. It's definitely one of those two. If these pictures that they give us are that are at all true, okay, if they have any truth whatsoever, this is, it's one of those two things. It's either shaped the Earth from space, or it's hit the Earth and shaped it that way. One of the two. Or these pictures are total bullshit. I guess three things. Take your pick. And this is from them, so you believe everything else they say. Most people do, so why not believe their images? So anyways, that aligns, that goes there. And you can see the shape of this area here, and you can see the same shape here. Right? Okay, now watch this. Take away this. Now, let's just take a look at this with Mare Oriental that I have set in place, and it hasn't moved since the day I put it there. And I didn't align it to this picture, I just bring it up. Now watch. Watch what happens. Now you see this area of this rock structure? See that round area? Look where it falls. Right inside there, right, almost perfect. It's beautiful. You can see that. That is from that. Because the moon, obviously the continents were all grouped together in a supercontinent. Antarctica was like that, for sure. You can see that was there. Okay, then you got North America, which we just had up there. Bring that back. Like this. In the same impact. Or they were, like I said, either that or those two places were created in the same place. One continent moved aside and let the other one grow or something, you know what I mean? But definitely, you can see it in both impacts there. There's the same thing. Okay, there's a North America, and you have Africa too. We can bring up Africa. Ooh, there's Africa too. Antarctica, Africa. Okay, and we've got Australia would be like right in here, and then Asia. I got that somewhere up here. Asia. Where's that at? I think I've got to use the dragon picture. This one. Or no, I got the other one here. That one there is not lined up. Something's up with that one. Here, let me bring up the other one. The dragon one. See what happens with Australia. Australia was like that, I'd say. Maybe this one's a little bit high. I don't know. This one looks like this goes down a little bit into the hole more. See right here? This part, or the curve goes around. It probably goes right along this curve right here. I'm not saying I had to have this perfect or anything, but the weather is hard to align. But it's pointing at all. It's pointing in the same. Look at that texture right here, and look at Mare Oriental right here. See that? Look at that. It's the same thing. So when I try to show you something that's so simple, or people that my subscribers, they know I'm crazy and I'm an asshole or whatever, but I'm showing something that's important, and they know that, I'm sure, or they wouldn't subscribe. But I'm just saying, the other people that want to talk crazy stuff, you know what? I just want to say it, but I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not here to play games. That's not what I put on this planet for. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not going to play games with you. Don't play no games with me. If you know about it, just say it. Don't try and say that I'm crazy or try to pull some kind of shit over me, because I'm not going to go for it. And this could be pulled on me right here. Whatever. But I'm just showing you what I see. And I look at the Earth and I can see the same thing when I look at the Earth live in color. It all puts it together. I mean, that just fell right in place. Look at that. Fell right into position. Just unbelievable. Antarctica. One thing leading to another. Without the moon, you can't do it. You can't even put it together, really, without the moon. So, you just think about when they had got satellite images of the Earth. The first satellites that went up that probably could take pictures of the Earth were in the early 70s or the late 60s or something, right? Well, that's just about the time that they started doing stupid things, getting control of everything. Well, they did that in World War II, actually, but I mean, they probably knew then. They just didn't have the clearest satellite images, but when they got the clear satellite images, they were working on this hard. They put this together, and that's why they told you they were going to go to the moon, whether in this decade or the whatever. Not because it's easy, because it's hard. And they never went. Oh shit! I'm gonna smoke some more, and end this video. Have fun.